Hello, Beth. How you doing? Well, hello, everyone. Um, let me let me start off by saying that um, tonight's live stream is not going to probably not going to be for an hour. Because one thing I learned late last year was that if I'm sad and depressed, I probably shouldn't go live for very long, because that kind of spreads the sadness around, makes other people sad, and that's not a good thing. Um, so a big reason why I went live tonight is because I know a lot of you are probably wondering how I'm doing, considering what happened on Wednesday, or excuse me, Tuesday. It was Tuesday. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? Anyway, um, and so you've all got questions how I was actually doing. Um, so let's see, what am I missing? Hey, Big Joe and Malia, how you doing? Sorry, I'm not really paying attention to who's coming in. Okay. Hey, Mary. So I'm gonna tell you this. I'm making it. I am crushed, and I've been really sad. Um, um, totally. I'm sorry, guys. I'm at a campground right now that's kind of on the outskirts, and so the 4G kind of cuts in and out. So there might be a little tatering here and there. I'm trying to compensate by keeping the camera really still, and I'm out in the truck, so that the only thing between the phone and the outside is just the windshield. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to live stream. But yeah, I did manage to keep going into work, and I was able to finish out the fair, and I've even got something else that I'm going to be doing this weekend. So I'm still functioning. I'm doing okay, but I'm feeling very lonely without my little buddy, and feels like things missing. Okay. So, okay, so, got it. Okay. Okay. I also wanted to say thank you to everyone that came on and put in their nice comments. and told me that you're gonna miss him too, and that um, you're sorry that it happened, and that you were thinking about me and sending your prayers. Everybody that did that, I really appreciate that. That was really nice to have. Um, just know this, that Nestor came to me as a kitten, and right from the beginning, I felt like he was special and that he had a spunky personality that I felt like it needed to be shared. That he had enough personality that, and so he was only with us for about 2 years and 9 or 10 months. And during that time, um, he got to travel up and down the southeast coast and look out the truck window and see lots of things and experience the world, and got to have plenty of attention and love like a cat is supposed to have. And um, I'm used to cats living up to 20 years. I had a black cat that lived to be 26. And I thought I was going to have him around until I was close to 60 years old. And he had a very short life. And it was a very full life. And Nestor had a job to do. Nestor's job was to keep me company whenever I was out on the road, because I travel alone and I live in the camper by myself. And it was his job to keep me company and be that companion that was there. When I opened the door to the camper, he would be there. That was his job. And when he heard me unlocking the camper, he was always up, doing his job, greeting me right there at the door. He did his job really, really well. Um, that morning, he seemed completely fine. He was uh, he's just being Nestor, going in and out of his pet door, getting out in the sun, coming back in, jumping up on the bed, looking for bugs on the wall that he could chase. He was content. That was his home. He grew up in the camper. He was in his He was in his element. And I went in and worked for a few hours and came back out in my camper because it was within walking distance and I wanted to get a couple of cold drinks. I came back into the camper and he had burrowed himself up underneath the blankets like he likes to do when the sun goes down. Had the AC set on like 65, I think, so he burrowed up underneath the blankets, and I reached under there and gave him a pat and said, okay, you know, I know you're under there and napping, so he was fine. Then I came back in a few hours later and I found him. He heard me unlocking the door and I could hear him in there howling, crying, and I went in and looked around for him. He had somehow gotten himself up on the table. And he was looking at me wide-eyed, and picked him up and put him on the bed because I thought maybe he'd gotten tangled in something or something. There was nothing on him. There was no blood, no puncture wounds, nothing. It wasn't like the dog had come up to the kennel and grabbed him or anything. I'm like, what's going on, Nestor? And he couldn't stand up. I realized he didn't have any function in his back legs. And he was scared and crying. So I got on Google and just asked for the nearest emergency animal clinic, and it was an hour and 7 minutes away. And I put him in the truck and I started heading there. Had to stop for gas, and while I was pumping, I went live to let everybody know what was going on, because he was a part of your life too. A lot of you guys. Got to the clinic, and they had me register online out in the parking lot because the building wasn't open to the public. They weren't letting you in. I said the only way that you go in with the pets is if we're euthanizing them. That's the only way you can go in. I'm like, please let me go in with him. And they called me a few minutes later. They'd done their examination. They told me what it was and that there wasn't anything they could do for him. They said that he had this very hard to detect heart condition that caused the blood clot to form, and then it moved and it lodged itself in his spine. That it was very painful. There was a surgery they could do for it, but the surgery is almost fatal almost 100% of the time, and that their best recommendation was to just go ahead and euthanize him. And he was hurting so bad. So, well, you know what happened. But, you know, I really wanted him I really wanted him to be around for a long time. That's why I had him updated on his shots right when they came due. Every time, both times. He was only alive for 2 years. I had him checked by different vets in Tennessee and also in Indiana. I fed him nothing but Iams because that's supposed to be the better stuff, the less filler. And I wasn't giving him the meow mix, the cheap stuff. I was feeding him nothing but Iams. I thought I could keep him around for a long time. And he was just gone. Anyway. Okay, so, what am I gonna do now? Well, I'm going to, okay, so I was given the option to just take him back with me. But at the time, I was staying at a fairgrounds over in Sebring, Florida. And so I would have had to I'm sorry, guys. I would have had to have buried him right there on the fairgrounds, which I really didn't want to do. To just bury him on the fairgrounds when he meant so much to me. I don't think um, I don't think the fairground owners would have even liked to for me to have even done that. Honestly, I don't think they would have approved of that. So, I paid to have him cremated, and he's on Thursday. The ashes will be ready. I paid for an urn. I'm gonna have to go pick him up, and I'm gonna take him back to Tennessee with me. He wasn't around long enough. He's such a playful cat. I remember all the things that he would do. When he would get to running full speed and charge through his pet door in the studio, the way he'd stretch and he would walk with his tail in his crook question mark. He will look you right in the eye. The way he had his favorite toys, and he would put them in a pile by the front door, like he was cleaning up. He would gather his favorite toys and put them in a pile. He wasn't around long enough. Seems like such a waste. He had so much more life to live. He had so many more places to go. He had so many more of you guys to meet. He didn't get to do that. Okay. So, what I really want to do is go back through the videos and do a compiled video of Nestor's moments. Like when he was just a few months old and he was running around the camper and put his foot right in my coffee cup. And when he somehow grabbed a bird out from his kennel and got it into the camper. and killed it. And when he met Beth Hammer, and she petted him, and he put her face down to give him a kiss, and he scratched her. When he was curious about the rooster in the yard and got close to it, and the rooster chased him off. All the best Nestor moments, like he was discovering just how cold snow was. Um, I don't know, there was something special about that little guy. Maybe it's because I got him when he was a kitten, and because I live in a camper, which put us so close together, and I'm single, and he was really the only immediate family that I had. It made a difference, and he was so special to me. It just doesn't seem fair. It seems like, who do I talk to about this? This isn't right. You know, you don't take an animal, they shouldn't die. They're so full of life and they got so much more to live. It's like he had things to do. He had more people to meet. He had anyway. So anyway. Doggone it! I wasn't gonna do this! Ugh. Okay. Okay, so what I like I said, I want to make a memorial video for Nestor to compile all of his best moments, and just put that up on YouTube for all of you, because a lot of you, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you remember Nestor when he was a kitten, and you remember him when he was an adolescent and still growing, and when he had his surgery to get him fixed, and how much I didn't like it that he had to be there overnight, and I came back as soon as I opened the next day to pick him up. And you guys were there when, you know, he got sick that one time, and everybody was so worried about him because he had a bowel blockage or some kind of intestinal infection, and everybody was so worried about him, and he bounced back. He came back from that and was fine. And you guys were all there for that, and you guys enjoyed Nestor not as much as I did, but you guys enjoyed Nestor too. And so I'd like to have a commemoration video, make one of those for him. And it wouldn't be that hard for me to do. It's going to require a lot of downloads. I don't really know about going through all of my memory cards and trying to find the raw footage, so I'm probably going to have to download some stuff. But I want to make a video for you guys of Nestor's best moments through his short life, and just put that up on YouTube for everybody to enjoy. And I do want to do that. And something that Liz and Lo were suggesting, and is that we have like a little memorial service for him, either right before or right after the Strawberry Festival. I'm gonna do something for Nestor, um, just to kind of get closure on it. And um, so that's what I'm wanting to do now. But as far as how I'm doing, I'm I'm functioning. This is not the first time I've lost a pet. Um, this one does feel a little different because I lost childhood pets, but that was when I was in a big family, and there was my brothers and sisters. My mom and dad were around me, um, and when Nestor died, that kind of left me alone, completely alone, other than phone calls and reading comments and stuff. So it does feel a little different, but just know this is not my first time losing a pet, so I'm not going to like completely shut down where I can't work. I'm going to keep moving forward, and I'm going to uh, I'm going to find my distractions. I'm going to do other stuff, and after the end of this first quarter, when I get back to Tennessee, I'm going to adopt another cat. Um, I doubt very much another cat's going to be as special as Nestor. Uh, but I can't imagine trying to travel. I can't imagine the camper without a cat in it. The camper needs a cat. Cats are, I mean, as much as people hate, a lot of people don't like cats. I hear that a lot. I don't like cats. I prefer dogs. Everybody likes dogs better. And I see, a stray dog. It's like, oh no, look at that dog's missing. Maybe we can adopt it. Maybe we can go around and find who it belongs to. It doesn't have a collar. Can we call the person it belongs to? And you see a cat, and it's just, get on out of here. You scat, you mangy cat. Nobody likes cats. Let me tell you something about cats, guys. Cats are not like dogs. In that they don't just love you just because you're in the same space as them. It's like, oh, you're in the same proximity as me, therefore I love you. That's not a cat. A cat, you have to earn their love. A cat, if you're abusive to a cat, they don't just put up with it. They leave. They go find somebody else. You have to earn the love of a cat. It's a process, and they have to learn to trust you. It takes years. And there's something special about that. When you do get that connection with a cat, where they trust and they love you, I mean, you had to earn that. It didn't just get handed to you. You and, and cats are honest. Oh, if they're in a bad mood, they let you know. If they're not happy with you, they're honest about it. They let you know. And they have their own personalities. And they don't have to be walked. You don't have to put them on a leash and walk them. They take care of themselves. You don't have to wash them. They wash themselves. They're little independent things. The only thing they depend on you for is company, love, and their food. That's it. That's all they want from you. And most dogs' lifespans are like 12 to 13 years. If a cat's healthy and it doesn't have any major health problems, it'll go 20 years or more. They're, so I can't imagine the camper without a cat in it. And as inconvenient as it gets sometimes, whenever I'm driving somewhere and I really want to stop and see something. It's like I'm driving through here, I want to stop and see that museum. No, I can't, because my cat's with me. And it's inconvenient. And if I do want to stop and see something, I'm going to have to find a way to um, plug up the camper or turn on the AC, or get the generator out and turn on the AC and make sure that the cat is taken care of before I can go see that thing. And it makes it where I can make a lot. I could, if I didn't have a cat, I could make a ton more videos, because whatever city I'm going through, I could just find a parking spot and stop and go and do stuff. It would be. It's very inconvenient to have a cat with you when you're traveling and you're trying to make YouTube videos. But it's worth it. It's worth it because it's your cat. It's your companion. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't even been reading your comments. Where are we at? Okay. Okay. Just going back and reading some of the comments I missed. I appreciate that you guys are dealing with me breaking down like this. I swore I wasn't going to do this. But I'm crushed. I really am. It's like, it really does feel like something's went wrong in the order of the universe. Something glitched, because this wasn't supposed to happen, and it was completely out of my control. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, when this first quarter is done and I get back to Tennessee, I'm going to adopt another cat. I'm just letting you guys know. Um, I mean, nothing's going to replace Nestor. Nothing replaced Loki, my first cat, when I was first started the channel that died that first year because I had a fire in the camper. Old Loki was 7 years old. And then I got Nestor. I thought for sure he was going to be around for 20 years. I had him checked out. I had him taken care of. Okay. Anyway. Where we at? We're at 35 minutes. Okay. So, anyway, yeah, just know, guys, that it has been uh, nearly a week. I'm feeling a little better now. It's still hard. I'm still crushed. I'm still grieving. And but I'm I'm still functioning. I'm still going to work. I'm having a hard time getting editing videos. Some of the next few videos I did have lined up to go out do have Nestor in them, and so it's hard for me to look at the videos and try to edit them. But I do have some more videos that are going to be coming out. Uh, um, and just I, I I'm functioning, and I'm trying to get through this. Uh, but you guys leaving your nice comments and being supportive, and just being there and listening to me bellyache like this, it helps. So thank you for that. Uh, let's see. I bet the new kitty will be Nestor approved. I can see God showing Nestor and kitty selection. And, yeah. Uh, so yeah, we got some videos coming out. Um, the next festival I have coming up is the Swamp Cabbage Festival in LaBelle, Florida. That's this weekend, and I'm gonna have Vince out there working with me. So it's gonna be me and one other person for 2 days out there in LaBelle. Uh, and let's see, Ashley prayers heading to Clay County Fair. Clay County Fair in Florida with my circus show April 1st. Okay, Lee. Uh, Thanks, George Campbell. Um, what else was I gonna say? Okay, so that's it. That's it. Uh, I'm getting through it. You guys all know what happened. Um, the it's gonna be a little while, but there's gonna be a memorial video for Nestor that comes out, and I'm gonna keep working and keep going on, and and you know uh, and whenever I get to Tennessee, back to Tennessee, then we'll see about getting another cat. That's it. That's it, everyone. Uh, yeah, I understand what you're saying about getting two cats so that they have each other whenever I'm away, but the camper is only 10 feet long, and if I do get two cats, eventually I am going to have to upgrade to a bigger camper. Partly because I'm doing bigger shows now, and I'm going to need to have a second artist come in sometime. So I am going to need to have an extra bunk for whatever other artist comes in. Uh, when I do get a bigger camper, I'm going to have to. At some point, I am going to have to upgrade the truck too. This one's already up over 300,000 miles anyway. So I'm going to have to upgrade the truck and upgrade the camper, and when I do that, I might consider getting a second cat at that point. Uh, So yeah, so not until then. Not until then. It doesn't seem fair to a cat to be cooped up with another cat and a little bitty camper like that. Yeah, you got to think about space. You got to think about space. Uh, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm, uh, I'm, I'm done. That's everything I wanted to say. Uh, Again, I'm sorry for breaking down and crying, and I didn't think I was going to do that, but uh, I've sent you my campers that I found on Facebook Marketplace. Your messenger. Yes, yes, I appreciate that. But right now, I'm not really in a place to look. I'm still like in the middle of my first quarter, like the busiest part of my first quarter right now. So when I get some downtime and some actual money that I can look into to buying a camper. And another reason why I need to get a camper is because a lot of the fairgrounds and the RV parks out here in Florida have this new rule where if you have a converted trailer or a conversion van or something like that, and where you've built it into a camper, they won't allow them to stay at the RV parks and stuff now. So I've been actually for the Plant City Strawberry Festival. I'm a little bit scared because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a place to stay because the campgrounds and the RV parks are not allowing um, converted trailers like mine anymore. Uh, so it's almost a mandatory thing now. I think come next year, first quarter next year, coming down to Florida, I'm going to have an actual camper, a camper. Uh, and so I gotta upgrade the camper. Gotta get a better camper. Uh, so yeah, and if I get a bigger camper, I'm gonna have to get a bigger truck. So it looks like I'm gonna be financing something. Probably gonna have to finance some. I can't just buy a new truck and a new camper. I don't have that kind of money. But that's life. That's life. You got to do what you got to do. Uh, but there you go. Sorry there wasn't any drawing this Monday, guys. Sorry this was so depressing. But thank you all. Thank you all for being there and for understanding. And, um, you know, it really feels like a big reason why you guys even came to the channel is gone now. And I'll be honest with you guys, a part of me just wants to, hang up the whole YouTube thing and just stop making videos because it feels like part of the team that made the videos great is not here anymore. I mean, whenever I made cooking videos, Nestor was always there, climbing on the railing behind me or something like that. He was always, his personality just kind of added to all the videos. And it's like, am I going to even be able to make good videos with him not even there anymore? It feels like it just kind of took a lot of the fun out of even doing that. But thanks for coming by, Yankee in the South. Um, so I don't know. I mean, my channel was already kind of on the decline anyway. I was only getting like 150 views per video, and now without Nestor there, is it even worth it? Uh, I mean, any time that I got on the live streams and I asked you guys, what do you want to see more of? Everybody always said we wanted to see more of Nestor, or your mom, or something like that. And And now that's gone. So where do I go from here? This Nestor's not here anymore. I mean, that was... Anyway. I don't know. I feel like I've still got a lot of life left to live, and a lot of other things left to do. And just like when I first started the channel, you know, the idea was to just be on the road, do what I do, and bring you guys along. Turn the camera on from time to time, let you guys in on the story, and kind of have an archive for myself, which has been nice. Like being able to go back years later and say, what did I do that other year? What campground did I stay at? And I can just pull up the video, and there it is. So that's been nice, and so I'm just I'm just gonna keep doing what I do, and trying to be the best I can be. That's all I can do. There we go. Okay, guys. Let's see. When I start thinking it's sad, I just thank Jesus for what time. Sorry. I did have, and memories what made, and I feel better instantly. Replace the sadness. Yeah. I don't know, Yankee in the South, or I don't have your number anymore. I think you guys had it compromised, and so I don't have the new number, but that's all right. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to me belly aching here. We've been at it's like 40 minutes now. I think a lot of you were just kind of curious as to how I was doing, and so I wanted to come live and report in, let you know how I was doing, and that's it. That's all. All right, guys. Thanks for everything. And I guess look forward to seeing you in the next one. Good night.